Hello, my friends. Thanks for joining me for Tassel Tuesday. Tassel Tuesday is an open collaboration, and I am hosting this with my friend Veronica at Christie's Crazy Crafty Life. So, we're going to go ahead and host Tassel Tuesday for January, February, and March, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But we are committing to those months. As mentioned, it's an open collaboration, so join in if you'd like to. Now, in December, Veronica sent me these large beads, and then she also sent me the bag of small beads that you see on my desk. And I felt so inspired when I got her merry mail, and I thought, I'm definitely going to use these to make a tassel. As you can see, I have grabbed a large needle and I pulled the yarn through the needle. Now I'm figuring out how to get the needle out of this situation without cutting the yarn. So I had a good think about it and I realized that if I hold on to the yarn at the top, I can push that needle back through each one of the beads while keeping the yarn steady. Then once I get it through the last bead, I can just pull it off of the piece of yarn and my handle is still there at the top. So I'm just going to do it and I should be getting to the end of it here in just a second. All right, I have gotten to the shorter end. I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece of yarn because I have plenty there to connect the rest of the fibers, and you'll see how we're going to do that in just a second. The first thing that I've decided to do is tie a knot at the very top, but at the base of the handle, and that way the beads won't come off of the top. The knot should hold them from coming undone. Hopefully that makes sense. And I'm going to double knot it. If you guys have watched my other Tassel Tuesday videos, you know that there's a lot of different ways to make tassels. And today I'm going to do what I call the wrap method. I don't know if that's what anybody else calls it, but since I'm wrapping these fibers around this piece of cardboard, that's what I'm going to call it. So you can find a piece of cardboard, you can use a book, you can use a CD case, you can use whatever you want as long as it's the length of the tassel that you want. And I thought this would be good. It's long enough I can always make it shorter if I need to once I've gotten everything attached where it needs to go. Now, as you can see, I started out with some yellow eyelash trim. Now I'm going to go ahead and use some pink eyelash trim. And those are going to be the fiber colors that I'll be using for this tassel. Well, I got those all the way wrapped around, and now we're going to get ready to cut. But first we're removing the cardboard. Now I'm going to take a piece of yarn and I'm going to put it through the fibers there and I'm going to tie a knot. Now I'm using a separate piece of yarn to tie this and then I'll connect it to the pieces with the beads. And I probably don't have to do this step, but honestly, because I haven't made a tassel like this before, I feel good about securing these fibers. I can always trim the bright pink so that you don't really see it, but I just feel good about doing this step. Even though it might be an extra step, I'm not really sure yet. Now I'm going to grab the yarn that has the beads connected to it, and I'm simply going to take this and run this through the center, and I'm going to tie that in a triple knot, honestly. Once I've got that tied nice, and I think I ended up doing like 6 knots. But anyway, now it is time to go ahead and cut these fibers. So I'm just going to grab them. I'm going to find the center and cut them with my scissors. It's just that easy. Now, this is eyelash trim, so there's a lot of little pieces falling off. So I'm just trying to, tap those fibers and get them to come out. All right, now it is time to embellish this tassel with the other beads that she sent me. They're such pretty pastel colors. There's white, a couple shades of pink, there's some teal, I love them. And there's yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and attach those to some of the fibers. At first, I was going to see if I could put the fibers right through the beads, but they're they're not easy to do that because they're eyelash trim. So I remembered a little tip that my friend Maria at Maria's Miscellany gave me, and she used jewelry wire. Well, I'm not going to use jewelry wire, but I am going to use like the stuff that you can use to make bracelets. It's the clear stuff. It's firm enough that I know that I can wind it through these beads. I know it's hard to see, but I've got the clear cord, I guess is what it is, and I have the eyelash trim through it, and you can see I just put the bead, I just put it through the bead and pulled on it, and it got it right onto that trim. I'm going to zoom in so that you can see me do this, but look how easy it makes it. It makes it so fast and so easy. I'm going to do 4 strands of the beads, 2 on this light pink, and then 1 on the bright pink that the large beads are on. And those are going to end up being sort of in the center of the tassel, but if you look at the tassel closely, you'll be able to see them. And the finished tassel is coming up. I absolutely love this tassel. It was actually really easy to make. I think it has a wonderful impact. It's just beautiful. I am loving the pastels. I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. I hope you will join in on Tassel Tuesday if it's something that you'd like to do. If you need tutorials, check out my Tassel Tuesday playlist. I have a ton of different kinds of tassels that I've created, and there are definitely some tutorials on that playlist. Thank you, Veronica, for co-hosting, and everybody else, thanks for watching. See you soon.